A lot of people, when they think hero, they're thinking of the fireman who runs into a burning building. And that's absolutely a hero. But the hero is also that person who shows up like clockwork every time they're on the schedule. That person you can really, truly count on. They're more quiet and unsung in a way.
If I were to define the word hero, I would probably say that it's all about sacrificial service.
So he actually lives pretty far away from our office, I want to say about 2 hours, and he comes on Sunday nights, and then we'll stay up until Thursday, sometimes until Friday, and stays with his dad.
That's my 3 boys right there, Ed, Ron, and Chris. This is kind of hard for him, really. Fortunately, I'm a halfway house here, so he's only an hour from work from here, you know.
It's not ideal for a lot of couples, but we talk every day. When he's on the road, he's usually calling me and we're talking on the phone. So it works for us.
He loves the clients, he's invested in them, and he's not going to leave them.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi, Mike. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hello.
And I think that makes the trip worthwhile for him.
We had a lot of nurses in and out who really couldn't handle her difficult behaviors at that time. And Ed was the first one who was kind of like an angel to us. He came in and everything calmed down. It's a huge weight off of our shoulders.
There's no spouse that can take over for me. The closest family I have is 10.5 hours one way. I'm at Amal Griffin has, and those Mondays and Tuesdays that Ed's here from 5 to 11, those are my nights. Just to be able to go out and have dinner with a friend and step away and decompress. And it's important to be a better mom.
I always liked night shift because I always had a sense that it was really important. And it all leads back to them having the ability to have their special needs child at home with them and still be able to function as a family. So that's how I look at, my sacrificing night shift. I sacrifice it so other people can do what they have to do, and that's part of what my career is all about.
And he has a lot of respect for what families are shouldering. And it's nice, that's the piece of the puzzle that we need more than anything. It's very easy to think that because you come in and you observe this for 8 or 10 hours a day, it's very easy to think that you know what it's like, but you don't. And Ed is one of the few people who has said to me, and it's very infrequent that someone has said that to me, that I can't imagine what it's like to carry this weight 24 hours a day. I can't imagine what it's like to know that you have to worry about this, for the rest of this child's life. When Griffin was born, everything was fine. A lot of people with special needs, they find out in advance, or shortly after the baby is born, they know that something is amiss. In my case, that wasn't it at all. Babies, when they're born, they have mom's immune system to protect them for the first 6 months while they build their own immune systems. And sure enough, at about 5.5 months old, Griffin started getting very, very sick. My son had no immune system whatsoever, nothing. The genetic instructions to build an immune system were deleted. He was the boy in the bubble. In April, he had a surgery, and everything went wrong that night after the surgery, and he used up every platelet he had and was bleeding to death, and almost lost him that night. It was a bad night. It was horrible. I knew how bad it was. I had asked the surgeon, I just looked at him and said, look, if you get into trouble back there, I said, please have someone come and get me. I said, if my son has to die tonight, I just don't want it to be on a cold OR table. It should be in my arms. And he just looked at me for a moment. And he said, okay. So it was the longest night. And about 6:30 that morning, the surgeon walked out. And I knew, I just was so thankful. I thought, you are not going to let my son die on that table, not on your watch. And look at him now. we have to carry this load, and it's a marathon that we have to run at kind of a sprinter's pace. And so we need to be able to catch our breath. And with a really good home care nurse, that's what happens, is they come in, and that service that they provide is more valuable than they could ever imagine. We families, we're smart. We see the good nurses and we snatch them up and we hold on to them.
It calms my soul in that I know I'm helping them. That's just everything. That just means the world to me.